again, and welcome to the Sports Box, where the only opinion that matters right here. I am Mike Galetta, a.k.a. Hamilton Mike, along with my partner Brian the Ranger Atard, bringing you another special, and we just had to give you. I had to throw something, even though I know he's in studio. I've been itching for a while.
Just watch the iPads.
I feel better now.
It's still good.
Today we're going to talk about, unfortunately, the loss this year of Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback from the Minnesota Vikings, in a bad injury. Suppose it was a non-contact injury. Today we're going to get a little bit of insight about that and an opinion on the Vikings itself from our Minnesota Viking analyst. His name is Kenny Jones. Kenny, you on the line?
I'm here.
Attaboy, Kenny. Kenny, only winners come here.
Only winners.
Even on the line we get winners. It's amazing. They just attract us. Anyway, Kenny, we'll get right to it. The Teddy Bridgewater injury, it's a bad injury. What do you know about the injury itself?
The same thing everybody else says. Dislocated his knee, torn ACL, out for a year, maybe two. Depends on rehab.
And are we true by saying it was a non-contact drill in practice that it happened?
That's what we're told.
Yes.
Pretty sure. Player's reaction, he just stepped back and his knee buckled.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know they got taken out in an ambulance, and a lot of what you're hearing now is that you know, it's a good thing the trainers were there and that they rushed to take care of him, because he might have lost a leg. I mean, it was pretty bad. You mentioned the prognosis was 1, maybe 2 years. You know, in the NFL, time is money. I mean, from the Vikings standpoint, can they afford to wait around for him if this is a multi-year injury? And is there even any sort of guarantee that he comes back to, you know, what he was prior to getting hurt? I mean, this is a tough spot they're in here,
especially with the new stadium.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's tough. I don't know. That's what we'll have to wait and find out.
Kenny, do you know anybody on the horizon that, I mean, there's obviously nobody in the waiver wire that we can see that's been cut that can go. People have talked about Kaepernick, and I don't think that's a possibility, but
Kaepernick ain't coming.
Right. I mean, is there anybody out there you can see?
Yesterday the big buzz was Michael Vick, but that'll never happen either.
Man, you want to retry?
I think we're going to stick with Sean Hill, and we have a third string quarterback. His name's Hickey, who's pretty good. He's pretty good. He knows the offense. He would have been the second string quarterback, but he broke his foot for training camp. So earlier for him to get better too. But Stillman did say, what I read today was that within 48 hours, they're going to try to either pick up a young quarterback or a better quarterback.
You're talking about Hinkie. Is that the Hinkie I'm thinking of from Florida State?
That's Winky.
Oh, that's Winky. Thank you very much.
Go to old school.
Oh, see, hey, you know, got to go old school a little bit. So okay.
So
he
Kenny,
knows the offense too. So
yeah.
Kenny, I'm reminded of when we did our Vikings preview with you earlier in this offseason, and we talked about how you know, Bridgewater's numbers last year weren't gaudy by any stretch, and you had said that that's what he was asked to do, was manage the game. And I think that it's odd, but Minnesota might be the one team in the league that's set up the best to withstand this injury, because they don't rely on the quarterback necessarily to do a whole lot compared to other teams. Do you think that... Go ahead.
We just need a game manager now. Same thing. We'll run our offense just like last year.
Yeah.
And with our defense, work its manager.
Yeah, I mean, do you think the game plan changes at all here? I mean, again, it's not ideal circumstances, of course, but, you know, like you said in our preview, all he needs is a game manager. Yeah. That's what Bridgewater was asked to do. You're going to get a veteran in there in Sean Hill or maybe somebody else who they find. Does anything really change in your mind from, A, the game plan, and B, the expectations on the season?
No.
So...
I told, I was talking with a couple of my friends that are Vikings fans, and nothing's really going to change. If anything, now we have something to fight for. I mean, this year is going to be for Teddy. So, and our defense it's going to be one of the top 5 defenses.
Now, with that, Kenny, and based off of what my partner just said, can this team be like a Baltimore team with the Trent Dilfer that year that actually didn't hurt them and, just like you said, manage the game, and a defense that's strong enough to carry them to the Super Bowl?
Well, Denver did it last year. I don't see why not.
Okay.
I mean, you're talking about Baltimore, but the only reason Denver won the Super Bowl is because of their defense.
Right, and I say Baltimore because I think Baltimore was one of the first temes to start the defensive powerhouse to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, there's been Denver, there's been Seattle, there's been all those teams with great defenses. I just didn't know if you thought that Minnesota that strong of a defense, could they carry this team on defense alone?
Absolutely.
Okay, we have a lot of fans. Obviously, you're fantasy football players, and I think that the big guy to keep in mind here is Adrian Peterson. He's going to be asked to pretty much be the entire offense again, I think, if not in a bigger role than we were anticipating. What do you think this does to his fantasy value? I mean, do you think that this results in a
He's your first rounder. He's your first pick if they're in fantasy right now. Zimmer said during the press conference when Teddy got hurt, when he found out information, he said it right there. He said we'll give Adrian Peterson the ball 365 times this year if we have to.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get more of the workload. I can assure you of that.
Well, I mean, we just need a quarterback that won't fumble and won't throw a stupid timely interception when we're up by 3. I said in the preview when we talked, last time,
right,
that we wouldn't be in that situation of winning by a field goal, but now we could be, so. Now,
I guess you would say
we're just back on plan for what we did last year, and if that's the plan, I'm all in. I'm good with that.
So, Kenny, I guess you would say Mark Sanchez is out of the picture then. With
that?
I said I guess you would guess that Mark Sanchez is out of that equation with timely interceptions thrown. So, yeah, it's a shame. There's really nobody out there. It didn't come at a worse time in the last week of preseason when guys are making cuts. And if there's anybody out there of a name and they're getting cut, that means they just don't have anything to even make a roster anymore. So,
right. I mean, there was talks about Mark Sanchez. I mean, he's probably that scares me too. I mean, there's nobody good about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the problem with the roster cuts is they don't have to go through waivers, and I believe the Cowboys are ahead of the Vikings in waiver priority, and obviously they're in the market for a veteran quarterback. So there's a team ahead of them that would probably get first dibs on whoever falls. And the Vikings are a tough spot. I mean, they may get a veteran in there, at least even to back up Hill or whatever. But Kenny, like you said, running game and defense, they're going to have to win that way. It was never the quarterback anyway.
No, it's a team. So we have all the pieces. It all comes down to somebody who's just smart enough not to do stupid stuff on the field.
Yep, exactly. Well, we will soon see.
Take a sack, don't throw an interception, and just play smart football. And I think he's got it pumped up. Last night was preseason, our last one, and it was all the third string, second string, and them guys came out and they played pretty good defense. They did it back to win. So we got a young team. We're one of the youngest teams in the NFL. So
well, like I said, we will see what happens. It's going to be interesting in Minnesota this year. But that's all the time we have for the Minnesota Vikings update on the Teddy Bridgewater quarterback situation. I want to thank Kenny Jones, our Viking analyst, coming on and giving us a little insight. Kenny, thank you very much on your vacation day getting down the shore.
Alrighty. Yep, no problem. Go Skull.
Watch that weather, my friend.
Yeah, bring the rain gear, Kenny. It's gonna be a little soaky down here. So,
all right, guys.
I'll
talk to you guys later.
You got it. Okay, thanks. And that's all the time we have for Sports Box today. Keep an eye out. We got some good stuff coming.
Make sure you're following us on Twitter at SportsBox Show. Like us on Facebook, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel because if something happens in Minnesota, you want to hear what Kenny's take is.
Yep.
Here's where you're gonna find it.
Absolutely. And where could you get anywhere that I can't throw anything? Come on, you got to watch that.
That's right.
At Sports Box, the only opinion that matters is right here. Thanks for watching, folks. See ya.
Don't forget to subscribe.